Welcome back into the 4 o'clock show. Every month we look forward to our friends from the Hattiesburg Zoo joining us in the studio to feature their animal ambassadors. But we also wanted to showcase some of the larger animals who can't really make the trip down to the coast. So I took a trip up to Hattiesburg to bring you eye to eye with the tallest animals at the zoo. Well, joining you now inside the giraffe barn, we're giving you a closer look at the day-to-day operations here at the Hattiesburg Zoo for the animals themselves and their keepers. We're here right now with Chelsea Jones. She is the African hoof stock keeper over here at the zoo, and we're getting a closer look at the giraffes today. So tell us a little bit about them.
So we have 3 giraffe here at the Hattiesburg Zoo. We've got our matriarch, Sue Ellen, and then we've got the 2 younger girls. So Birdie is Sue Ellen's daughter. She just turned 5 yesterday. And then we have Grace. Grace is the baby. She's 4. And so, as you can imagine, they hold up to their ages. They are giant toddlers. But they're also just big divas. That just kind of sums up giraffe as a whole. So we have a lot of personalities that go on in this barn, which makes it every day exciting and a new adventure. But yeah, I mean, they're just fantastic creatures.
Yeah, and you said Sue Ellen's almost 25 too, right?
Yeah, so she's up there. She could be as old as 26, but in all sense of the word, she's pretty in great health. We just are monitoring her for old age issues, but so far she's fantastic.
Yeah. How long have y'all had giraffes here at the zoo?
We've had them since 2020, and we got Sue Ellen and Birdie together, and then we've had Grace for the last 2 years. Yeah. So she's our new addition, and she's still kind of coming around to the whole people thing. So she does great with keepers, but strangers kind of creep her out.
And what were you just feeding them earlier?
So they are getting willow. So we feed a ton of browse. We aim for at least 30 pounds of browse a day for these guys. And so we're getting willow shipped in. So willow, sweet gum, some oak, hackberry, all of those things that we grow here locally are things that they can eat. And through the summer months, I said, we go through a ton of it. Through the winter, we get a little lean, which is why we ship it in. But I said, we like to give them all the goodies.
I find it interesting too. You said they didn't have any top teeth, just bottom teeth.
They have, yeah. So all the way in the back, they've got teeth, but right there in the front, they have no teeth. It's called a hard palate, and they use that like with their tongue to just strip leaves off of tree branches.
And their tongues are very, very long too. How long are their tongues?
So they've got about 18 to 20 inches of tongue in there, and about the first 6 inches is real dark in pigment, and that keeps them from sunburning their tongue, because they spend about 75% of their day with their tongues out of their mouth pulling leaves off of trees, or whatever they're putting their mouth on, because they're very oral fixated, and so that just keeps them from sunburning their tongue.
Yeah, and when I went to Zimbabwe several years ago, so I got an up close look at some giraffes there. I remember them saying something about their necks, and did they not have bones in their neck?
They do actually. So they have the same number of vertebrae that we do.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so they have 7 just like us. They're just really big, so which is one of those cool facts about giraffe, because nobody expects that from them, especially since they're can get up to 20 feet tall. Like, you wouldn't expect them to have the same number of vertebrae as us.
So what do you love about being a hoof stock keeper over here?
I have always been one for big animals. I grew up with horses, and so they're kind of like the gentle giant vibe is what I get from them, for the most part. Now, they all have their days, but they're just, it's just really cool to work with animals that are this big. And I'm 5'2", so might be a little jealousy thing. I don't know.
Right. And you said people can come in the barn and kind of get a look at them as well. That's so unique to have that.
So we do that, especially on days that the weather is not supporting them on exhibit. We actually do barn tours and feedings inside, which is great. So they get to come in and basically do what we're doing today, and just get to see them, feed them, and then they get to tour the giraffe barn and all of the uniqueness that is a giraffe barn.
Great. Well, Chelsea, thanks so much for giving us a look at the giraffes. This was a great opportunity to be able to feed them and just see them up close, and we hope other people that come to the zoo get to have this unique opportunity as well.
Absolutely.